From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, hon.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Krueger. Thank you so much for joining me here this evening. Well, the wet weather I've been telling you about, the pattern has finally arrived, right? We're seeing the rain, we're seeing the high elevation snow, which, by the way, that's going to be lowering here later tonight and into tomorrow. But we also saw the gusty winds in many areas as well. So this trend is going to continue as we go through the rest of the week and even into the beginning of next week as well. But it's going to be off and on. I mean, we're not going to be looking at steady rainfall, steady gusty winds, and steady snow. We're going to be looking at a series of storms coming through. So yes, the wet weather pattern will stick around through early next week. Heavy snow at times, and I do expect some of that heavy snow to be tonight and into tomorrow, and then maybe another round coming in on Friday. Gusty south winds here. That's what we saw today, and I do expect some more gusty winds going into your Friday as well, and a possibility for some thunderstorms once again for tomorrow afternoon, but even as we go into the weekend as well. So there's certainly a lot to unpack with these series of storms coming in. We'll get into all of that in the deeper dive forecast, but for a quick forecast for those of you in a hurry, let's go through Krueger's Quickcast for your Wednesday, March 12th. Now we're heading out the door for tonight, and you can see those temperatures are going to drop down in the upper 30s to low 40s. Now, what you'll notice in the mountains, these temperatures are getting colder than they were last night. Now, this is an indication when we see these temperatures well below freezing, actually, this is an indication of those snow levels beginning to drop here for tonight. And of course, we do expect to see those temperatures in the upper 30s for the coast. Now for tomorrow morning, as you're heading out the door, you'll be dealing with some wet weather in some cases, and really for parts of the eastern mountains, it may still start off a little dry, but eventually seeing more of those showers eventually. So again, you can see the chance for showers. Now I don't expect the rain and snow, for that matter, to be as heavy as what we saw today. It's going to be more in the way of scattered showers, maybe some isolated thunderstorms, especially for the coast, and maybe some thunderstorms for the valley tomorrow afternoon. And as far as snow is concerned in the mountains, yes, it's going to be lower snow levels, but that's not when we expect the heaviest snow. And you'll see that here in just a second. But here's the area of low pressure right here. We've got the warm subtropical moist air that's in place, so that's the source of moisture. But these speckled clouds, that's the colder air that is, that has yet to move in. But that's moving in by tonight and tomorrow. Looking at Futurecast, we'll take a look at those snow levels. So we see 4,000 to 5,000 feet today, but we're down to 2,000 to 3,000 feet by tonight. And look what's happening. You see how the rain and snow is not as widespread. It's looking at scattered. Now, we're still looking at some of that rain. Again, could be heavy at times here late tonight, early tomorrow morning, maybe an isolated thunderstorm along the coast. And again, the snow in the higher elevations. Now, this is when the snow will start piling up on those roadways. Of course, Caltrans doing the best they can to keep them clear. But this is when you can expect to possibly see some chain requirements on I-5 around Mount Shasta, Weed, and maybe even around Wairika as well. Highway 299 West, Buckhorn Summit, Oregon Mountain. I think you can see some snow there. That's tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. You see some of the scattered showers for the valley and maybe an isolated thunderstorm for the coast. Now you see what's happening? By noon, it's starting to break apart. And we're looking at just those scattered snow showers in the higher elevations, but not much anywhere else. Now there may be an afternoon shower or thunderstorm here for parts of the valley here, but then as we go into the evening, that starts to dry out. In fact, I do expect a bit of a break Thursday night before the next round, and could be heavy at times, comes in on Friday. All right, take a look at the peak wind gusts we saw today. Close to 50 miles per hour out at the Reading Airport, over 30 and even 40 miles per hour to the south as well. Even some gusty winds off to the east. Wasn't quite as gusty, but still gusty winds nonetheless for the coast. And these winds are expected to eventually die down later on tonight and into tomorrow. Here's 10 o'clock tonight. Still some gusty winds off to the east. Still some breezy conditions for the valley and breezy for the coast. But again, not as bad as it has been today. And by tomorrow morning, not much of an issue. Now, the winds are expected to pick up again tomorrow afternoon, but certainly not to the extent that we saw today. All right, so we take a look at our forecast for tomorrow. We've got those temperatures in the mid-50s. Now, I got the chance for thunderstorms in there, and that's mainly in the afternoon hours. Otherwise, just some scattered showers here and there. But I'm not expecting a lot of rainfall tomorrow for the valley. Now, you can see the highs for the mountains, upper 30s, low 40s. This helps to support those lower snow levels that we are going to see, and we could see some showers and even some thunderstorms for the coast and even some of the inland areas for your Thursday as well. So we take a look at our 7-day outlook for the valley. Yeah, what's this on Friday? We're going to talk about that in a little bit more detail. The potential for a mix, a rain-snow mix for Redding. I think it's a stretch to call a mix in Red Bluff, but certainly putting that chance in there. I do expect it to be in the form of rain all day for Chico on Friday, and then off and on chances through Monday. But look at that. We're getting a break for Tuesday, Wednesday. But by Wednesday night into Thursday of next week, yeah, maybe another chance for some wet weather coming to the picture. In fact, it'll be here by, I'd say, late afternoon, early evening for the coast on Wednesday. That's also the case inland, but we're going to hold off until Wednesday night into Thursday for everyone else. And again, we're talking about next week. The off and on chances for rain and snow continue at least through Monday for everyone. All right, that's a look at Krueger's Quickcast. Hey, did you know that there's a free Weather NorCal app? It's very easy. All you do is go to your app store, search for Weather NorCal, and you download the app for free on your Android or on your iPhone, and everything Weather NorCal has to offer is right there on your phone, including watching this video forecast that you're watching right now. Kind of cool. You can do it right from your phone. All right, so here it is. Here's the overall setup. Remember I was talking about that warm subtropical moisture. That is streaming right into Northern California, and that's why we're seeing the rain, and not to mention the high snow levels that we've seen so far. But the perfect ingredients for those low snow levels and heavy snow, too, is when you have cold air, storm system associated with that as well, tapping into the warm subtropical moisture, and eventually we see those snow levels begin to drop. But initially what happens is you see that warmer subtropical air move over us. That keeps the snow levels high initially, and that's what we've seen throughout the day today for the most part. But as that colder air begins to move in, even though this moisture will be down to the south and east of us, there still will be plenty of moisture, and that's why we're expecting snow levels to drop for tonight and tomorrow as that colder air begins to filter in. So let's kind of show you that here. And we saw that a little bit earlier, but you can see now we're going from a lot of greens, yellows, and reds to a lot of blue, indicating the lower snow levels. Now, of course, it's still in the form of rain for the valley. This is tonight, early tomorrow morning, by the way, that we're looking at. So still some showers there. Still some isolated showers and thunderstorms for the coast. And we've got the snow between 2,000 and 3,000 feet. This is when we start seeing the potential for chain requirements, even on I-5 near Mount Shasta, maybe even on Buckhorn Summit, Oregon Mountain, and of course plenty of chain requirements east of I-5 as well, maybe some isolated thunderstorms. Let's take it about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. There's the development of the showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon for the valley, maybe even along the coast. And you can see here, we're seeing the scattered snow showers. But you see how it's not very widespread? It's not actually very heavy either. So I don't expect a lot of rain or snow for Thursday. But it's enough that it could create some problems if you're going to be traveling in the higher elevations. Now for Thursday night, we actually get a bit of a break. Yes, a stray sprinkle, a stray shower, a stray snow flurry here or there. But overall, fairly dry for Thursday night. The next round of moisture comes in, and this is when we see another round of heavy rain. Moderate to heavy rainfall in the valley, moderate to heavy rainfall for the coast, maybe some thunderstorms, but snow levels, look at this, 1,000 to 2,000 feet. So now we're seeing the heavy snow in many of the higher elevations. So we've got the moisture, we've got the colder air already in place, and more cold air coming in and reinforcing that, and that's really going to help to lower those snow levels. Now you see right here around the Redding area, Old Shasta, for example, I think we're looking at the possibility of a rain-snow mix. I don't anticipate any accumulating snow in the Redding area per se, but we could see a mix maybe as far south as Anderson, maybe Cottonwood, but I think Red Bluff will be hard-pressed. And by the way, we've also got to watch Paradise. Paradise could potentially see some of that snow, if at the very least a mix, but maybe even some light accumulating snow there as well. Again, that's Friday morning at 6 a.m. Let's take you through the morning hours. 9 a.m. still looking at that feed of moisture, still looking at the heavier rainfall, still looking at that heavy snow. This is when the snow is going to start piling up for many of the mountain communities. And when we look at the snow totals, you'll see that we're not going to see much accumulate for tomorrow. It's Friday morning in particular that we expect that heaviest snow. By noon, it's beginning to break up. And then by Friday afternoon, Friday evening, we're still seeing some showers. You know, there may even be an isolated thunderstorm for parts of the coast and even maybe even the north end of the valley. But you see how it's starting to break up? That continues going into your Friday night, really starting to break up. And really overall, what we expect on Saturday is nothing all that impressive either. So as we take a look at the longer range forecast model, we're going to extend into Saturday. You see how we have more rain, more snow in the forecast, but it's just not very impressive. Then on Sunday, especially late in the day, Sunday night, we do have some heavier rain, more snow in the mountains. And then it looks like as we go into Monday, still a chance for a few showers, but a break finally by Tuesday. Now I'm watching this because this is going to be moving into the coast, especially by, say, Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. I think this one's coming in a little bit sooner than anticipated, but I would say at this point, it's mainly going to be the coast that could see some late afternoon, early evening showers next Wednesday. The rest of us is going to have to hold off until Wednesday night and into Thursday. But bottom line, we've got more wet weather because that's Wednesday. This could be coming in toward the end of next week. So we've got more wet weather despite the fact that we are going to see that break on Tuesday. All right, so looking at the overall rainfall amounts, again, most of what you're seeing here is going to be what we're going to see for the rest of the night tonight and for Friday morning as well, when we expect some of the heavier rainfall. I expect over an inch in some spots for the valley, 1 to even over 2 inches for the coast. Now, we can also take a look at the snow. Now, these are estimates that I put together myself. Now, what you're seeing here, 6 to 10 inches of snow in Mount Shasta City. That's not out of the question. But again, we're going through the day tomorrow, and you might get a little bit of snow, maybe a couple of inches. And you say, where's that 6 to 10 inches you were talking about? Hold on, because again, we're expecting heavier snow for everyone, even the lower mountain communities, by Thursday night and Friday morning. So the bulk of what you're seeing here is going to be a Thursday night, Friday morning event, and then it starts to taper off again by Friday evening. So it will really depend on how long that sticks around Thursday night into Friday. So that's kind of what we're looking at. You notice I put less than an inch for Redding. That's just to indicate the rain-snow mix that we could possibly see there as well, and maybe that mix out towards Hoopa, Etna, Wairika, maybe seeing some light snow as well. Okay, so there's a look at that. Let's take a look at the road conditions. Now, the road conditions for tonight are expected to deteriorate, and I would say that by tomorrow morning, you could be looking at the potential for some chain requirements on I-5, Buckhorn Summit, Oregon Mountain, Highway 36 West. Pretty much anywhere surrounding the valley, you've got the potential for chain requirements tomorrow morning. I do expect conditions to improve, though, as we start to see it turn over to scattered showers and scattered snow flurries. All right, but then again, remember, we got Thursday night, Friday morning, where we could see, I think, even worse conditions. I think there's a potential for Friday morning, the potential for I-5 closure, depending on how heavy that snow gets. So the wind, yes, there it is. It's been gusty today. I do expect that by tonight, though, tomorrow morning, those winds will die down. But as we go into Thursday afternoon, a little bit on the breezy side, winds from the southwest for the coast, from the west for the valley. But look at this, by Friday, that next storm system, remember I was talking about the heavier rainfall, the heavier snow, it's got some wind associated with it as well. I don't expect the winds on Friday to be as strong as they were today, but do be prepared and know that there are going to be some gusty winds once again on Friday. Here's your temperature outlook, still cooler than normal. Take a look at this 10-day trend for Redding. We're down to 47 on Friday. The normal high is 65. We're going to stay below that in the 50s and low 60s as far as the eye can see. I mean, not only this weekend, but even going into that next weekend. So we don't have much of a warm-up in store for us anytime soon. And that's also helping to support some of the rain and snow that we are seeing. Take a look at the wave heights for the next 24 hours. They're not changing much. Let's take you into Friday. They're actually not going to change much. And then eventually by Friday afternoon, Friday evening, they start to kind of ramp up again. We may eventually see more small craft advisories and gale warnings, but in the meantime, just looking at some showers here for your Thursday. Winds tomorrow morning will be from the southwest at about 5 to 10 knots, and there's your waves, there's your high and your low tide, and your sunrise and sunset. All right, there it is, folks. Let's take a look at tonight one last time. You can see temperatures around 40, give or take, for the valley. These cold overnight lows in the mountains is going to help to support that snow that we will see tonight. Could still see some thunderstorms later on tonight for the coast and some of those inland areas as well. So for Trinity County on your Thursday, You do have that snow level around 1,500 feet. Temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 40s for those daytime highs. I think we could see a bit of a mix out towards Weaverville, Hayfork, maybe at times all snow. But again, most of that will be Thursday night, Friday morning. The coast, yeah, maybe some thunderstorms for Thursday throughout the day, not only the afternoon, but maybe even the morning as well. Off and on showers through Monday. We see a break on Tuesday. More showers coming in by Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. Upper 40s for your daytime highs along the coast, 46 out in Orleans and 47 degrees in Willow Creek. We take you out to Siskiyou County. Temperatures there in the 30s and 40s. Snow levels around 2,000 feet here, 1,000 feet by Friday, back up to around 2,500 to 3,500 feet for the rest of the week and this weekend. All right, let's take a look at your Modoc County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures mainly in the mid to upper 30s. Snow levels between 2,500, 3,500 feet all the way through Monday, drying out for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And for the eastern mountains, snow levels here over the next several days will be between 2,500, 3,500 feet. Temperatures for your Thursday in the 30s and 40s. Your Valley Neighborhood Forecast to the south brought to you by Walgamuth Painting. Your temperatures will be in the upper 50s, 58 degrees for Hamilton City, 59 for Willows, and 56 degrees in Durham. Here's a look at your 7-day outlook for Chico. Now, I've got that chance for thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, otherwise just scattered showers. I don't expect a lot of rain, by the way. Friday, that's when we expect heavier rainfall, especially for the first half of the day. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, scattered showers. St. Patrick's Day on Monday. You're going to see some rainbows, and maybe some gold at the end of the rainbow too. And of course on Tuesday, Wednesday, I do expect to see mostly sunny skies and a little bit warmer as well, with those overnight lows in the upper 30s. All right, let's take you up to the north. 55 degrees for Redding as well as Anderson, and that's the case for Palo Cedro. 48 for Lakehead and 54 degrees in Red Bluff. Let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding, and you've got that possibility for a mix on Friday, especially late night Thursday and early Friday morning. Those snow levels will slowly rise throughout the morning hours on Friday. I don't anticipate accumulation at this point, but don't be surprised if you see that rain-snow mix for a brief period of time. And then on Saturday, Sunday, some scattered showers. That'll continue for your St. Patrick's Day, drying out back in the low 60s by Tuesday and Wednesday. That is your evening update. I'll be back again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and live on Coffee with Krueger at 7 a.m. Have a great night.
Wiggly mouth.
Woggy mouth.
No.
Painting.
Wiggy mouth.
It's Woogie Moth Painting.
It's Walgamuth Painting, and yes, we'll paint anything.